According to the late Mr. Thorne's will, the Cortesima mining claim is now entirely yours.
Luxury homes, financial freedom for generations. But here's the shocking part. What if owning a gold mine could actually make you go broke? Some of the richest-looking gold mines in America have swallowed fortunes, bankrupted investors, and turned millionaires into debtors almost overnight. So before you start imagining mountains of gold sitting in your bank account, there's something you need to understand. Owning gold and making money from gold are two completely different things. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why even a mine holding billions in gold doesn't guarantee its owner becomes rich. Let's say one morning you inherit a massive gold mine somewhere in the western United States. Geologists confirm something unbelievable. Buried beneath your land are millions of ounces of gold. News channels explode. Investors start calling. Friends you've never heard from suddenly remember your birthday. Social media crowns you America's newest billionaire. But there's one tiny problem. That gold isn't sitting in neat stacks waiting for pickup. It's trapped inside millions of tons of solid rock. And every single ounce has to be found, blasted, crushed, processed, refined, transported, and sold. That simple sentence hides one of the biggest financial traps on earth. Because every single step costs money. A lot of money. Before you earn your first dollar, you're already spending millions. And this is where almost everyone misunderstands how mining really works. Here's a question. If your mine contained $10 billion worth of gold, how much cash do you think you'd have tomorrow? 10 billion? 1 billion? 100 million? The answer? Probably zero. Because underground gold has value only on paper until someone can profitably extract it. That's a massive difference. Key. Most people imagine discovering gold like the old Wild West. A prospector swings a pickaxe, hits something shiny, and instantly becomes rich. Reality couldn't be more different. Modern gold mining begins years before anyone touches the first rock. Teams of geologists spend months studying satellite images. They drill hundreds of deep holes into the ground. Every sample is carefully analyzed in laboratories. Sometimes companies spend over $100 million exploring a site, only to discover the gold isn't concentrated enough to mine profitably. Imagine spending the price of an entire sports stadium and finding nothing you can actually sell. Even if your inherited mine has already proven there's gold underground, you're still facing another enormous challenge. How much gold is really there? How deep is it? Can it be recovered? How much will each ounce cost to produce? Those answers determine whether your mine becomes a fortune or one of the biggest financial disasters imaginable. And here's where things become even crazier. Because even after confirming billions of dollars in gold exist, banks still might refuse to finance your project. Why? Because the next obstacle is something almost nobody talks about, and it's powerful enough to shut down an entire mine before production even begins. We'll get to that in just a moment. Building a modern gold mine isn't like opening a small business. It's more like building a small city. You need roads, electricity, water systems, heavy machinery, processing plants, safety equipment, explosive storage, repair shops, fuel stations, security teams, environmental monitoring, housing for workers if the mine is remote. Every day, hundreds or even thousands of people may be working together just to keep operations running. Now imagine buying one mining truck, not an ordinary dump truck, one of those enormous machines with tires taller than most people. Each one can cost several $1 million. And you don't buy just one. Large mines may need dozens. Then come the excavators, the drilling rigs, the crushers, the conveyor belts, the processing equipment. Before your first ounce of gold ever reaches a refinery, you've already invested hundreds of millions, sometimes billions of dollars. And here's the terrifying part. The meter never stops running. Every single day your mine operates, money keeps flowing out. Workers need salaries. Machines burn thousands of gallons of fuel. Equipment breaks. Parts wear out. Electricity bills keep arriving. Insurance premiums never disappear. If operations stop for just a few weeks, you could lose millions without producing a single ounce of gold. And that creates a level of financial pressure most people never imagine. If you owned your own gold mine, would you actually become rich? Here's something that surprises almost everyone. Finding gold isn't the hardest part. Getting permission to mine it is. Imagine you've already spent hundreds of millions of dollars preparing your project. Investors are excited. Equipment is ready. Workers have been hired. Then a single letter arrives. Your permits have been delayed. Not for a week. Not for a month. For years. During that time, you're still paying employees, legal teams, engineers, consultants, and loan interest. Every day your project sits idle, money disappears. Now imagine environmental concerns are raised. Local communities oppose the project. New regulations are introduced. Lawsuits begin. Suddenly, the gold beneath your feet doesn't feel like a treasure anymore. It feels like a ticking financial time bomb. Pattern interrupt. But let's assume something incredible happens. You clear every legal hurdle. Construction is finished. The machines roar to life. Finally, gold starts coming out of the ground. Surely you're rich now, right? Not so fast. Here's what most people never realize.
Ora ISNT pure gold.
In fact, a single ton of rock may contain only a tiny amount of gold, sometimes just a few grams. Think about that. You might have to blast, haul, crush, and process an entire truckload of rock just to recover enough gold to fit in the palm of your hand. Millions of tons of rock become mountains of waste. The crushing machines run day and night. The processing plants consume enormous amounts of electricity and water. Chemicals are carefully managed to separate microscopic particles of gold from the surrounding rock. Every ounce you recover represents thousands of dollars in labor, equipment, fuel, maintenance, and processing costs. And here's the scary part. If your production cost is $2,100 per ounce, but the market price drops below that, every ounce you sell actually loses money. You're working harder, producing more, yet getting poorer. That's a nightmare many mining companies have faced. Now picture this. You've borrowed billions to build your dream mine. Production is finally running smoothly. Then, almost overnight, gold prices fall. Maybe investors move into stocks. Maybe interest rates rise. Maybe the global economy changes. Whatever the reason, the value of your gold starts dropping. Your expenses stay exactly the same. Fuel still costs money. Employees still expect paychecks. Banks still want loan payments. Equipment still breaks. But now every ounce earns less revenue. Margins shrink. Profits disappear. Investors panic. Your company's stock falls. Banks become nervous. And suddenly, the mine everyone once called a golden opportunity is being described as a financial disaster. Pattern interrupt. Here's a question. What would you do? Keep mining and lose money? Or shut down and lose even more?